welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell, like maybe this is a new setup that you haven't seen before, and that's because I moved, and I think I mentioned that in my last video. I just moved, so like I haven't really been posting lately because I just feel like, you know, I'm trying to figure out where to record, and I'm trying to like figure out where the best place is. And so I just wanted to apologize because I know like I haven't been posting consistently at all, and then you guys tolerated that, but then I just went quiet for a whole month. So I just want to say thank you and I'm sorry, but I'm back today and I'm gonna be making a bunch of content today, so I'm excited. Yeah, I hope that you guys are excited too. And I also have a fun, not really fun, but crazy story time. Yeah, we're gonna do a get ready with me, and then we're gonna do a get ready with me video. Groot! You might be wondering, I don't know if you noticed, but my hair looks a lot shorter in this video. It actually doesn't now that I'm sitting down, but it used to come down to here, and so it's this much cut off. I had quite a few inches cut off, and a lot of it was not something that I was excited about. But we will get into that with this get ready with me. So the first product that I'm going to be going in with is this primer that I got in a BoxyCharm. I feel like all of my content is like, oh, I got this BoxyCharm thing. And it's called No Problem Prime Essence. It has like flower extract, and I just like it because it's kind of like light. It doesn't really feel like really thick, so if you like a primer that like really plasters everything on and feels like heavy, I feel like a lot of people like that preference because it like secures the foundation better, but I go for like a more light dewy glam. So this is good for me, and I just put it on with my hands because I'm gross, and it also just like feels really refreshing on the skin. I had extremely oily skin. Now I feel like I'm getting more combination lately. I think it's because I'm getting old. So it's hiding. I have this like little Jurassic Park box Lancome. This one's like okay. I kind of just got it because I didn't really have a foundation to use, and yeah, I just was suggested it. I've never really been like a really big like foundation person, even though I wear it often. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm just going to dab everywhere and probably blend this in off camera because I'm incredibly blind. Be right back. Gonna go blend this in. Going to finish the get ready with me, but my food game. So I guess we're doing a mukbang and get ready with me and story time. So I guess I'll do the story time now. But so I got Dunkin Donuts, and I got the coconut flavor, hazelnut swirl, almond milk, 4 Splenda energy shot cold brew, and it's sweet, and hopefully it's strong. So and then I also got a bagel because I've been craving a bagel, and it's just an everything bagel with bacon, egg and cheese. I have been trying not to eat bacon, but I do eat it occasionally, so I'll probably just not eat this layer and just eat this layer because I feel like I'd be stuffed. And also there's no cream cheese on it, so. I've been craving like bagels lately. Like I've been waking up every day the past week craving a bagel, and it's because I'm from New York, I think, and I really want like a nice New York bagel, like a lox, you know, onion and chive, like cream cheese spread, like everything bagel, like New York bagel. But they don't really have any options in Vegas, so I got Dunkin. I'm not disappointed, but like I'm not satisfied, if you know what I mean. Because I'm definitely more of a seafood girl than a red meat girl. So let's get into the story time. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can see you guys. Oh.
They're all smudged.
Perfect. So I went to get my hair cut yesterday, and my hair yesterday was like past my butt, and pretty long. I know it looks long, but considering what it was at least like 5-6 inches longer. And I wanted like maybe 2-3 inches cut off. I was like, I know that it's probably a lot of it's dead, and she was like, no, actually you only have like 1 or 2 inches of dead hair. And I was like, okay, well maybe just do like an extra inch, just so that I get a little bit of length cut off, but I still want to keep a lot of my length. And so she's cutting my hair, and she's like this older white lady, and that's not super important, but unfortunately to the story, like, it matters. And I don't really talk about my ethnicity on this channel, but like my mom was born in Iran and my dad is Filipino and white, so that's that. So I'm like half Persian and then Filipino and then white, but mostly I just look white. And so the lady is cutting my hair, and she's like, I noticed that you have a lot of red undertones in your hair. Are you like Irish? Do you have Irish descent? And you know, like very conversationally, not even going into like a weird area with her. I was just like, oh, it's actually a funny story. Like my grandma is from Iran and she had red hair. And then the lady kind of stops and it's like, Iran. And then I was just kind of like, yeah. And then she gets silent for a second, and then she's like, I voted for Trump. And I was just like, okay. Like, obviously I'm uncomfortable now because it feels weird. And then she was like, have you ever been to Iran? And I was like, no, I haven't. I don't have like a passport or anything. Like, I've only ever stayed in America. And she goes, yeah, you'd probably be killed there. And at that point I was just kind of like, what's going on? I work in customer service. I work like 40-hour weeks in customer service full-time, Monday through Friday. I work at a Starbucks in a casino, and like I would never ring someone up. Like there have been so many times that people have like come to the counter and wanted to make something about something, and like I don't respond because like I'm on the clock. Like I'm at a job, and like also like it's not like an environment where that's acceptable or appropriate. And then also like I don't know, so just as a guest, like I was expecting to be kind of given that same like formality, and I really wasn't. And this is like my worst nightmare. I feel like it's every girl's worst nightmare because it's like the person that doesn't like has an issue with you now is doing your hair. Like every girl, that's like their biggest fear. So, and I already like have that fear. I think that's why like a lot of the time my hair gets so long, because like I have a lot of social anxiety. Like I'm very social, but I am very awkward, and I have a lot of anxiety and paranoia in general, so like I don't like to put myself in those situations. And so she continues, and she's just talking. She's like, you know, it's not Persian, you're not Persian, that's not a thing anymore, Persia's not a thing anymore, it's Iran, or Iran. She said Iran, and I was just kind of like, okay. And then she was like, yeah, but there's light-skinned ones and dark-skinned ones. And she just like went on this weird tangent about colors now, and I'm just kind of like, please stop. And this whole time I'm silent. Like I'm like, because like you're holding scissors to my head and I don't know you. Like I just met you, and she had already started cutting my hair before this was all prompted. So it's not like I found out she pretty much hates me or something, because I felt like that was the energy she was giving me, and then like I proceeded. I wouldn't have done that. She was already cutting my hair. She then went on to talk about how like Iran continues to need help from America, and America's always overly helping them. And she started going into how Obama was a terrorist, which, okay, I get that like conservative people make these statements, but I feel like at the same time, like if you know that constantly like someone who's Middle Eastern is being told like derogatorily like that they're a terrorist 24/7, like maybe you're not going to use that word in front of them, because it's kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like it's common sense not to say things like that. I don't know, I was just like dead quiet, like so uncomfortable. Like at this point I was just like so upset, because because I mean, yeah, obviously I don't believe these things, but also, like, why are you going on a tangent? Like, all I said was my grandma has red hair because she's from Iran. I didn't say I hate Trump, I voted for Hillary, which, like, you know, even if they're all true, they're not relevant to the story because I'm not saying anything to provoke you, I guess. And then she proceeded to go, like, Obama's a terrorist, and I was just like, and she was like, and you know, if I ever went to Iran, I would definitely be killed because they hate anyone that looks like me, like talking about how she's a white person that's being discriminated against. And at that point I was just kind of like, okay, like, okay. And so then she finishes and I pay, and I'm like looking at my hair, and it's literally like right here. And I know, like, to a lot of people they're like, oh, that's still long, like, you're being dramatic, but it was literally like here. And I asked her to cut it maybe here, and she cuts it way up here, and I'm just like, after all of that, it was hard to feel like was this on purpose? Anyways, I went home and cried about it, and I wrote a Yelp review the next day, although I think I might have gotten the location wrong. And I don't know her name, all I know is that she's a Capricorn, and no, that's no hatred towards Capricorns. I'm just saying, like, I found that out conversationally before she found out that I'm Persian or Iranian, I don't know. So that was a thing, and I carry so much privilege, like, I have so much responsibility to not act like my struggle, that one time that I've actually faced like a upfront discrimination, because there's so many other times where, like, yeah, maybe I've been bullied as a kid for certain features that I had, but I was never like discriminated against on such a personal level like other people have, especially knowing that, like, I look white, like, I don't look Persian, I don't look, you know, Filipino, like, I look white when I walk around, have a lot of privilege because of that. And so I'm not going to lessen, like, the things that, you know, black people especially face just because of my issue yesterday. Like, I know that sounds like such a small inconvenience on a bigger spectrum. I think it was just the first time that ever happened to me, and I think it's because, like, Iran and Trump are on the news a lot lately. So yeah, that was I'm never getting my hair cut again. And also, like, the way that she talked to me the whole time was extremely cold and just, like, detached and just like, well, I think Obama is a terrorist. And she just, like, looked at me, like, dead in the eye. Like, she didn't just, like, she wasn't being sweet. She wasn't being, like, friendly. She wasn't, like, trying to have a debate. I think she was just trying to, like, let me know where she stood. That was, like, the vibe that I got, because it didn't really feel like an open conversation. Like, it felt like she was just making statement after statement. Like, she was just like, you know, Iranians hate white people, or yeah, you must have been a light-skinned one, there's dark-skinned ones. Like, just kind of, like, the way that she made her points was just very, like, abrasive. And maybe that's her personality, like, maybe she just always talks like that. But unfortunately, the only conversation that we had was about where I came from, and, like, if I tried to make a comment about, like, Iran in general, or, like, because I think she was saying, like, how, like, she wants to travel but she would never go there, and I interjected, and I was like, well, it's like, everyone says it's very beautiful. Like, I was trying to, like, kind of deflect a lot of the conversation, because she's holding scissors to my head. Like, I'm not gonna be like, well, I think you're a racist. Like, I'm not gonna start that, because, like, in those positions, like, she could, I mean, she already kind of hurt my self-esteem and other things with my emotions, but, like, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna try to pick a fight with someone. And it was just really frustrating, because, like, I don't know, it was just that had never happened to me before, and it was wild. So I definitely think, like, I hope, like, in the future, like, I don't know, maybe someone will go off on her one day. Unfortunately, it was not me. And I know, like, I don't know, I feel, like, kind of guilty in a way. Like, I feel guilty talking about it to you guys versus, like, having confronted her. you know that I've been really like anxiety ridden lately, and I think that's why I've been so like weird about not posting. And I know that's like not an excuse, because I'm fortunate enough to have a platform or a community where people actually care about my opinion or like want to watch me, so I shouldn't be like, oh, I was tired. But like I also do work a 40-hour week like most of you, and like I'm not fortunate enough to like only do this for a living. I'm not saying like people who do it are spoiled or something. I just feel like on top of working 40-hour weeks and still trying to keep up with Patreon and my astrology Twitter and this YouTube channel, I've really put this YouTube channel on like a back burner, and I really don't want to. I want to be better, but at the same time, like it's hard. And not to mention like mental health and everything, like people cutting my hair really short because they're racist. So it's just, you know, it's been overwhelming, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry, and I wanted to come in and like really just kick everything back up with a bang, with a mukbang and a story time, and get ready with me. And I have a lot of stuff coming, so I'm excited. This is what I left behind, because lately I lost like 15 pounds recently, and I plan on doing a video about that, because as much as I love astrology, I'm not just astrology. Like there's other things that I can talk about that I feel like are helpful or interesting to watch, and so I will do that. This is Wendell. This is Yoda. He's always mad. He's also 15 though, so in dog years he's like literally Yoda. I'm going to use the Tartist Pro Glow. I also got this in a BoxyCharm, and the reason why like most of my stuff is BoxyCharm versus like me buying it on my own is like lately I'm poor, and as you probably watched my other video, I stopped doing astrology readings in like November of 2018, so I haven't been making half the income that I used to for the few months that I was selling readings. And when I take more time to actually study and like really apply myself, then I'll come back on the market maybe, but I really want to feel secure in my knowledge, but right now I just don't feel that. I just kind of apply lightly the little, this is so dirty, the little bronzer parts. I dip like in both very lightly, and I want like a light contour. I used to be like a really heavy with my bronzer, but I just try to go very subtle these days, mostly because like I don't really even wear makeup half the time. Like there's no real reason for me to even put it on these days, because I'm just always at work or not recording YouTube content like I should be. So, you know, also I never leave the house, because like if you're not working, why would you have to? And yeah, I don't really feel like it really did much. I just think it added a little bit of color, which I want. Again, like I'm not really trying to go overkill. I do go really crazy on the blush though, so. And today I want to use the blush that I think I got in my Ipsy. It says Phase 0 makeup, and it's the shade Cotton Candy, and doesn't want to open. Oh my god. And it's this color, which I think is really pretty and shimmery, I want to say, I think. And I start here and then go this way, and then I do the same thing over here, and then my nose, because I'm trying to look like a fairy. So that's like the face part. I didn't really set my face though, so I'm garbage. Oh yeah, eyeshadow. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and it's Tarte. It's the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 3 pack, and I like it because it's not pigmented, which is a weird thing to say, I know, but I'm not the best with eyeshadow. In fact, I'm really awful, and I think that comes from the fact that I'm really blind without glasses and I don't know how to wear contacts. So, oh yeah, I'm applying Treasure and Escape just all over my lids. Again, like, I really don't do eyeshadow. I'm not an eyeshadow person, so yeah, you probably notice like half of the time anyways, like with my YouTube videos, my makeup can probably often look uneven, and I think that's just because I don't know what I'm doing, or I can't even see what's going on. Malibu, because it's the darkest thing here, but the darkest thing here again like isn't super intimidatingly pigmented. So I saw on a TikTok video you should just put it here and then blend it out this way. I'm using one brush for my whole eyeshadow look because you know, it's an accurate description of how bad I am at eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna do that over here. I didn't put concealer on. This is why I hate myself. This is a lot of work. Like, shout out to makeup YouTubers who like sit here and do this on a daily basis, because this is awful and I hate this. This is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and I went for Auburn this time because of my red undertones, and I regret it deeply. Because I feel like the chocolate shade is just waxier and nicer for how dark my eyebrows are. Tarteist lip liner in Boho, and it's actually really pink. I don't really like how pink it is. I prefer nudes. That's really bright. Like, I would never wear a color this bright. I usually go for more nudie, like neutral warm colors, not like fluorescent. Oh yeah, I'm the worst person ever. This is Stockholm NYX. Yeah, I guess this completes my look. So you got the mukbang, you got the story time, and you got the get ready with me. So yeah, that was overall this whole video. Thanks for watching it. If you watched it, I appreciate you. Make sure to like and subscribe, or like my posts, or retweet my things on Twitter, or follow me on Instagram, because it really does